The process of refinishing some Trans Am rims at home. These rims, as you can see, I'm stripping, and then I was stripping some other ones too. These have the original machine marks in them yet, but the previous owner painted them with epoxy, but there was only 3 good rims, so I had to strip. I'm in the process of stripping all the epoxy off from them. Okay, and then I'm going to try to get them to match the other ones. Okay, these here, let's select this one right here. These were blasted with either glass beading or something, or it could have been walnut shell, and then it left all of this rough. Okay, so what I used was, see this little disc, little fiberglass disc here, and then I went over it. And that took a lot of the roughness off from the blasting. But you can still see black pitting yet from it, okay? Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you. Here's a stripper I was using. That one I didn't find worked as good. This one was the best, but it still took quite a while. Okay, so I took the fiberglass disc and cleaned that off to get it somewhat smooth, okay? And then this is a nylon disc, okay, you see that? This is what I use to go around this area of it with. And that worked really good to clean that up, okay? Now I'm in a process of using this, okay? Now, these are connected by, or fastened on here by Velcro. And you notice this foam on here? That foam really should be on there. That's a separate piece that fits onto this pad, because that way when you're doing this, it always keeps that paper flat. If it doesn't keep the paper flat, then there's a possibility you're going to get the polish at a tip, okay? Now, you can see here, I have different polishing grades. These are all fine. Don't ask me what grade they are, I don't know. I bought them in a kit off eBay. It runs like 12 or 13 bucks with the little pad, okay? I don't know if every one of them you're going to buy, though, is going to have this. I use that pad specifically when I polish other things like plastic, usually. Okay. Now, this is some areas that I had done it to. Okay. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's starting to really get a shine to it. But see, this was blasted. So those little pit marks, I'm going to have to polish that a while to get those little pit marks done. But this is just like glass. It's so smooth. And then when you notice it's not cutting into it well and polishing, and you might get a little bit of a burn smell, WD-40, spray it on the pad, on this pad a little bit, and then keep polishing it. You do not need a very high speed of this. In fact, if the speed gets too high, the sandpaper is not going to do its job. This is going to take a while, but you're going to be amazed at what it does. And if you can see that in that photo, or that video, but that is shiny like a mirror. And that's the way all this will be, but it just takes time. Here's the rim that I started polishing. I haven't been doing this for very long. I've been doing it for about a half of an hour. Okay. Now, let me tell you something. This rim is in very bad shape. This is probably the worst case scenario of a rim. It's got corrosion on it. Like I said, they had blasted it with either glass beading or walnut shells or something. Now, see if you can see this. This right here is where it's been polished. I don't know if you can see that in there. You should be able to see it. It's a mirror. An absolute mirror. That's better than the factory. Okay? But it's still got some little black spots in here yet. Now, it's just going to take time. More polishing to get it down to more of a mirror. Now see, this hadn't been polished. This has got all this black specks in it. That's because there's pits from them blasting it. Okay? But this right here, this area from here to here is the best part. Okay, this has still got the black in it. But right here, this section right here, that, okay, this section right here, that is a mirror. Yeah, let's see if I can get it closer. Here, if you can see it. There it is. It's right in this area. Here's the rims polished. And yeah, I did burn some of it. You see that? But that'll come off. Okay, it's not that big of a deal. I could have went up one more number on the polishing sandpaper, but I left it at this. This was good enough for me. As you can see, it's a mirror. It's smooth, you know, and it looks pretty good with the cap. The eagle is gold, and then this will be painted gold in here. Here's the rims. Now, I didn't spend much time at all on the inside of here, okay? The reason is because, okay, here's one I did spend a lot of time on. I found out that it's not easy to polish that, and really, when you look at it this direction, you really don't notice it. So, yeah. Since doing the first videos of polishing the rim, this had been sitting in my garage for at least a year. And I'm finally getting around to doing the end of the video. Okay, so the end of the rim, or the inside of the rim has been painted. I'm not exactly fond of the paint job, so I have other rims I plan on doing. But I will probably leave this as is. You can see that right there. You don't feel it, but to me, I think I could have a little better quality. I think the paint gun I used had too big of a tip on it. Next time I do it, I'm going to use one with a smaller tip. There's overspray on the rim where I tried to wipe it off and it's still on here. The rim, before I go to mount it on a car, I will most likely polish it again because there is some areas on the rim where there's still some scars in it that didn't go down far enough. But you have to be careful on how far you're going to polish it down, because if you don't keep this 100% flat, it'll get round. And you can see there's some areas that needs to be redone. Okay, so I will polish it up again. But overall, this looks better than what you would have found back in the 80s. Because I don't remember any of the rims in the 80s being polished up like a mirror, right? Now, this was, like I said, this rim was blasted and then painted, and this was all rough. So considering this was all pitted out, the pitting is mostly gone except for some road scars in it yet that need to be taken out, okay? You know, from banging them around. And you can see this was all, or it still is, it's all corroded. So the plan is, before I mount this on something, I will put this rim on a spindle with a motor attached to it, and I will run Scotch-Brite over this rim to make it all nice and clean and shiny. Okay? And then on the inside of the rim here, not so much that area, but this area right in here, I will also run a Scotch-Brite around it while it's on a spindle, motorized spindle, and clean all that up, and the outside lip here, for it's all nice and clean and shiny. Not like a mirror, but it'll look more like one of your newer rims that you buy that's been finished. Okay, so there's what the rim looks like. Oh no, I got snow on it. And I don't think it would look too bad mounted. I think it looked pretty decent. So, but I have a whole other set I need to do that's in better shape to start with. And since the other ones are in better shape to start with, the end result should be a lot better than this. But, like I said, overall, that's not bad considering it was blasted.